Hello, everyone. I'm Rob Smith, Smith in the Black with a Strat Time report. We're coming out firing out of the gate, and what we got going on here is a whole bunch of 2-2 reversal weeklies. So, one of the things you might say, hey, Rob, I thought you were going to do a macro video over the weekend. Well, here's the reason I didn't do that, because if you look at the weekly here, a lot of things set up like this. So I knew things were going to change. You're real close to being a 2 down, 2 up week, right? You still have a day left in the month, right? So I didn't want to get people caught in any signals down in here if we start gunning back, which we are. So one of the things you'll also hear me say is once a 3, always a 3 can't not be. So people using continuity will be say, well, Rob, the month is red. I'm like, that's true, but it took out the highs and the lows. And after it does that and hits magnitude, it could do it again, right? And if it's going to do it, the weekly is going to override it, which it is right now. So you're seeing a massive amount of 2 down, 2 up weeks to start off the week. Here was your broadening formation, and here's an inside 60 to the upside in the SPY that was a continuation of this reversal, right? So if you look, and we're going to get to the scans here in a second, of how many things are taking out last week's highs compared to last week's lows, it's massive. It's not even close, right? So the question is this going to continue? And the good thing is it's happening on a Monday, right? The reason that's good is because if this holds, we've got all week to go after them, right? If that's going to change, you're going to at least need the 60 to give you a reversal, which you have not, or day to day each day. So right now, remember we had an outside day on Friday, right? Which means this selling was rejected to cause the outside day, and it is still being rejected. And all 5 of these days are still inside of these 2 bars, but it's getting through that, right? It's going after that because you've got this 2 down, 2 up reversal week. If you go to QQQ, 2 down, 2 up on the week, right? That's good, right? Because bright red on the month, but you're running out of months. So the problem with that is trying to find anything that has monthly signals. That's going to be tough to do. So we're going to be following these shorter signals, right? And the new continuity level that starts over tomorrow, right? And that means we uncouple on Wednesday, the 2nd hour. That'll be the first day of the month that we're going to have separate openings for the 60 daily, weekly, and monthly, right? We gain more information as time goes on. Going to be mindful of a lot of inside months. We also have an elevated VIX, and that's another reason I was looking for these 2-2s to trigger. It's tough to keep that VIX up, right? But each day needs to reconfirm, just like each 60 needs to reconfirm. If you go to Dow Jones Diamonds, slightly 2 down, 2 up, right? After the outside month, which is your broadening formation, and the small cappers we know have gotten beat up. And so this is one of the things here is like, you can see the small caps not taking the week yet, still handling an inside week. Potentially that's good because that means that we could have a lot more things to start triggering 2-2 later in the week to add fuel to the fire. So the things that are still inside week, they're still 2-2 on the day. 2 down by taking out the lows, and then boom, 2-2 reversal. So all that kind of stuff is good. If you take a look, and you hear me talk also about scanning and saying, okay, that let's take a look at what's going on without looking at the charts, right? Come on, boy. And there we go. So we'll get to the charts in a second, but take a look at this. Come on, man. Okay, if we sort by volume, we go, how many are taking out how many things are taking out last week's highs? All right. Apple, Robinhood, Microsoft, Plug, Snappy, Affirm, Netflix, Uber, Tilray, Facebook, down the line. It's massive. NVAX, all this kind of stuff is massive. This list is massive. Disney, Beyond the Meats, Trubstack, DWAC, Net, all this kind of stuff. And then if you go here and say, okay, I want to know how many things are taking out last week's lows. It's a who's who of nobody. It's Kellogg's. There you go. This is nobody. Look at this list. There's almost nothing on it, right? What that tells me is there's a simultaneous weekly break to start off the week to the upside. And then if we go scan here, how many things are still opening as an inside week, right? This is potentially adding fuel to the fire. AMD, Nvidia, because we knew Tesla's, DraftKings, all these guys are still inside. So the question is, can this 2-2 reversals, these massive 2-2 reversals, then helped to get more triggered by these things, MU, all this kind of stuff, because we knew, if you go down to here, SMH, and SMH, 2-2 reversal day, still handling an inside week. So this is a bit of a wild card here to see if they can get out of there, right? And you've got earnings coming out in AMD, which is still an 2-2 reversal day, still an inside week, and that's coming out tomorrow. And then if we look at like Microsoft and Apple, which we saw there, and looks like Microsoft's stalling out a tad, but if you go to Apple, here, 2 down, 2 up week. And so as I said in the weekend video, that also says XLK, right? SMH, big distance to get out of that thing. But XLK right now, 2-2 reversal week. So if we take a look at some of these things, and AFRM's gotten beaten, right? We know that, right? Now stalling out, so we're minding these 60s. But on a beat down like this, the 2 down, 2 up reversal in AFRM is above 61.75, handily above that right now, coming in on the 60 though. So that's where I tell people in the mornings, I'm like, don't get the FOMO. If they're really going to blast all week, you got tons of time to go after this stuff, right? They will bring them in, right? They always do. Just don't get the FOMO when days are running. So if we just go down the list of what I have up here, UPST. UPST here, also taking a bloody beating. Still red on the month. We know we're going to have a lot of monthly problems, but you had an inside day on a Monday that then triggered this. The 2-1-2 reversal above 96.69. And if that works, you're going after this. 106.06, right? Your buy, your add, still good, right? You can see here, even on the 60 to see how it was set up. Remember Friday's rally? This is a 2 down by taking out the lows. That's a 2-2 reversal. Boom. Off she goes. If we go to Roku, once again, month blood red like a lot of things, but you're running out of month, right? So you can bottom pick. You just got to know what you're doing, right? Some people just get in there because it's oversold or whatever they want to believe. But inside day, the poke down, boom, rev strat day. And if that works, here. Takes this out, the weekly high, 160.20, right? Took that out, all right? Now we'll see how much more they got in there. If we just go down the road here, W day, kind of sounds like my weekend video, doesn't it? W day, red on the month, we know that. But on the weekly, the inside week, and hammer counter shooter, rev strat, 1, 2, 2. So for the rest of the week, I want to know about this thing. Over 248.03, right? And it'll set up again. You know, don't get the FOMO. If we go to PayPal, and PayPal, oh, how they wanted to bottom pick this one. Just got to wait for the signal. You can see on the daily, these 2 days, Thursday and Friday, were inside of Wednesday's range. That's a compound 1. That's still inside. If you can't get out of this mother bar, that's still inside. So when we took this out, it's a compound 1 to the upside, and if that works, triggers this here. 2-2 reversal. 165.33, trading 170.35. Nice little morning for you. Amazon. Wenboy. And we've been watching this one for a while. When can you buy Amazon? I'm like, where's it going, Rob? I don't know. Down there. And so here, we knew about this. I'm going to new highs. No, you're not. I'm going to highs. No, you're not. Boom. Going to come stop all these guys out in one shot, which it did. All right? And then what do you got down here on the daily? Inside day. Poke down. Rev strat. And 2-2 reversal here. Over 29.0369. There you go. There's another $60 for you. If we go to Disney. Disney, red on the month, but it's an outside month. That's a broadening formation, right? That's a good thing, right? And here it is. 2 down, 2 up on the week. Something I want to know about. That's over 138.69. Trading 141.78. Not bad so far. You can see if you just did all this stuff, you'd see it, right? So if we go to, how about Netflix? Netflix clobbered, gap down, right? Sitting there doing nothing. You got your lower low, the 222 on the day, and if that works, now you got your 2-2 reversal on the week. 2 down hammer, 2 up, so long as it's over 394.80. Trading 421.76. Nice little morning you got for yourself there, Rob. Thank you. How about MongoDB? All these guys have gotten crap kicked out of them. Nah, 2 down, 2 up on the week. Here, above 393.84. Trading 481. Monthly still the problem, but running out a month. If we go to Spotify, Yield Rogan. So what I'm saying here is like just barely trying to take this out. We want to see how many of these things continue to reconfirm by taking those out. But even the ones that are still inside, almost everything's a 2 to the upside on the daily. Here's your hammer, counter shooter. There's your lower low. Stalls out a little bit after making a higher high and stopping these guys out. Right, so the question is, can that weekly take hold and start coming back up, and you'll see your higher high, your lower low broadening formation. We'll see. If we go to CRM, and CRM, 2 down, 2 up to start the week. He's a little bigger for you. Right like that. 2 down, 2 up. That's what a reversal looks like. And then the inside 60 continuation, right? Reconfirms that. I want to know about CRM above this. 223.90. All right, trading 229.32. Not a bad little morning there either. And didn't really gap too much either. So that's good. If we go to KSCP. Nightscape, ripper, new. And so one of the things is like when things are ripping, you want to be able to know how to get in, right? Like I said, they will triangle, they out. And here, you see this? Corrective activity, this thing's ripping, but then it starts coming in, going down, 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 down. 212 reversal in the 15er here. That was above 1088, went out on the high, 1629, right? And you'll see it here. Inside 15er, right? There's a 2-1-2 reversal back to the upside. You see, so knowing how to get in on some of these real goners, very important. So let's go back to our scan real quick. So what I want to know about, you got a big hit list, which is good. That's going to change over time, but you've got that massive amount of things taken out last week's highs. Your hit list is huge. Apple, Hood, Plug, AFRM, letter X, Netflix. So this will change, unless we go straight blasting for 5 straight days. But you'll have corrective activity on 60s, 15s, all that kind of stuff, right? So as far as we know right now, almost everybody is a 2 up on the week or the day. That's tough to turn around. So, but we'll keep an eye on those 60s, right? If anything's going to change, right, you're going to have at least a short-term reversal first, which you do not have. Because the only things like Northrop Grumman taking out last week's lows, that's pretty much it, as far as things I've heard of. AMPH having some issues here, but for the most part, everybody 2 down, 2 up. Right, so we'll see if that continues. Mind those 60s. So far, so good. All right, that's going to do it for today. I'm Rob Smith. This is Mr. Black. Strat Time Report.